Do you always like coming home, or does it change at all over the years, or it's always kind of a special place to come back?
I think it's always a special place to come back. I mean, obviously it's, I don't get to see my family more, so, my mom and dad come down, a little bit, or obviously when my dad's working, but I don't get to see the rest of my family, my friends and stuff like that for, 90% of the year. So it always is special to me, try to fit everything in. I've tried different ways of, not seeing people and all that, but I think, I think you don't really reflect on your careers as it goes along, but I think these are special games for me. Obviously, they haven't really gone personally in my favor, but I still have lots of fun. It's always nice to see familiar faces.
Jake, your coach says you're getting lots of chances personally, but puck's not going in. Are you seeing that yourself?
Yeah, I don't know what I did to the hockey gods, but they are not on my side right now. It's been a tough year, honestly, for that side. But I think one of the things that you get told is be worried when you don't get chances. So it's about the finishing, and usually I can finish. It just doesn't seem to be cooperating, and it's one of those things where obviously that's what I'm here to do, is produce. And I think I've done a really good job this year finding different ways to help the team in terms of matchups and different things, defensive side of the game, which isn't really fun for a guy who always wants to score. But at the same time, I think I've became a more complete player this year, and still learning obviously and growing. But I think that my game's actually been in a pretty decent spot. But if you look at the stats, it's obviously something that wears on you a little bit. But I've gone through this enough where I know it's going to turn around, and the next you get 6 goals in 8 games or something. So I'm just waiting for that. Hopefully it starts tonight.
What do you miss most on the ice, not having Bergeron?
Not being as defensive. I think that he covered a lot of ground in the D zone. Obviously was probably the best two-way player to ever play, at least from my eyes. And it was one of those things where he just put out a lot of fires. We play kind of his own style that we played for years here. And if you get one layer broken down, there's a second layer there. He's usually the second layer, and it was hard to get through him. So that's probably the biggest thing I miss is just having that knowledge that if you get beat, he's going to pretty much win it every single time, and face-offs too. He was an amazing face-off.
On the power play, he would be in the bumper position, work so great with Marchand, and then on the penalty kill, he'd win the face-off. So both special teams.
Oh, totally.
Very integral.
Yeah, very, right, and obviously was producing at the same clip too. So that pretty much, if there's any player you want to show your little ones to grow up like, it's probably him. I would be honest with you.
Talk about that defensive side of your game. Is it a good test, against the Oilers, because they have the offensive players to maybe lean on that part of your game a little bit? That everyone's going to have to a little bit more.
Yeah, I think we do as a group. Obviously, like you said, they're very offensively potent and got some amazing players. So you got to be aware when they're on the ice, and you try to limit them as much as you can. You can't really stop them, but at the same time, you got to do it as a group of 5. You can't really follow them around, or even Leon. There's different ways that they can kind of beat you even if you do that. So you got to do it as a 5-man group, and try to make it so that they're playing in the defensive zone as much as possible, and limiting turnovers. It's just got to simplify, honestly.
There's a lot of talk with the organization about the standard that sets, that culture. Maybe what you guys lean on when things aren't going well. What do you notice about what your group can lean on when things aren't going well that's culture related to help you?
Yeah, I think it just goes to kind of, I've been lucky. I've been here for 7 years now, and had some really great leaders over the years. And, I think the biggest thing that you can kind of just take from that, obviously there's times where it's ups and downs in the season. I know they're struggling at the beginning of the year, and then you kind of go through waves and flows of a season. But you try to just stay consistent every day with your preparation, your approach, and have the belief. You got to believe in the room that you have the horses to run, and sometimes the results don't come. This game is cruel; it can humble you pretty quickly. But at the same time, everyone's here for a reason, and I think the biggest morals that we have here is just our standard. Everyone talks about leadership and quality and standards. It's more cliches, but when you're inside the room, it's more so about the consistency of whether things are going well or things aren't. We try to keep the same intensity in practice, same intensity, just doing different things. So, I think that's what's been a huge reason why the Bruins have been successful, and we've just been kind of going on a little bit of a stride and getting us tested in a little bit of the sense in the homestand, and it was nice to get the win last game, and now we're looking forward to this one tonight.
So Jake, last year everything worked right in the regular season. This year you're still a good team, but you're going to get 120 points. So what's the difference? Did everything just go right last year, or is this year more the way it is because it's such parity in the league?
I think that the league is obviously tighter. I think that if you look at the standings in the Eastern Conference, Western Conference, everything's pretty tight right now, and especially for teams that are fighting to get in. And I think that, and obviously we lost a lot of guys. I think we lost around 8 different players in different roles, and obviously we brought in guys that have done a great job, and pretty much main reason why we've been doing really well. So it's been, obviously a lot of changes. When you don't have that consistency and things of that nature, and you're learning chemistries with guys in different positions. There's sometimes trial and error, but we've done a good job of kind of weathering some storms that have come our way, and I think that's why we are where we are.